We all live to belong, to feel wanted. It's a fundamental primal need, as natural and essential as breathing. To belong is to be acknowledged and accepted for who you are, and to know that your voice counts.
As someone who isn't Christian, I feel like an outsider looking in when Christian holy days and celebrations are honored.
A doctor once told me that treating patients who were gay was just something I had to deal with. It made me feel that the only way to be accepted was to identify as heterosexual.
Want to feel truly irrelevant in a male-dominated field? Don't just be a woman, be an aging woman.
Working in an environment where you feel that you're not respected as a person makes you feel worthless.
For many years, I felt like I had really no choice but to chemically straighten my hair if I wanted to be accepted by my peers.
When someone tells me that they don't see color, I feel like they're saying that my race isn't important.
As an introvert, I often feel out of place among my more outspoken, extroverted colleagues.
Exclusion is often unintended, and we are almost always unconscious of it. That's why building an inclusive culture begins with the active acceptance of others for who they are, without exception, without judgment, so that no one need fear being ignored, overlooked, or passed over. It takes a determination on the part of all of us to make everyone feel welcome. An intent, an action, a conscious effort. It's the way we build belonging. And it starts with you. Culture. It isn't limited to race and ethnicity, though we often think it is. It is the set of experiences, family traditions, individual heritage, and community membership that is unique to every person. And it's easy to think we know someone based on our assumptions about their culture. But each person is unique. And culture is not a fixed set of defined rules. If we treat it as such, our assumptions can lead us to create obstacles for others that we may not see.
One of my close friends at work identifies as gender non-binary and wants to be referred to with the pronouns they, them, or theirs. Coworkers, however, continue to use pronouns such as she or her. My friend is afraid to say anything about it for fear of being seen as a troublemaker.
Assuming that we know or understand someone based on our generalizations about their culture can be faulty and dangerous. It can lead us to misunderstanding, miscommunication, and mistakes. These assumptions can leave others feeling like outsiders and negatively impact workplace interactions, educational environments, and patient care.
I had a patient from India who was suffering from anemia. I was talking to her about the best way to get iron into her diet with the assumption that she was a vegetarian. After a few minutes, she asked me, couldn't I just eat more red meat? I could have asked a question about her diet instead of making an assumption about her culture, and the question would have helped me provide better care.
Many of the people with whom I've interacted have basically conflated the term race with ethnicity and sex with the term gender. It seems like everyone who isn't a member of a majority group is just lumped under the term minority.
One of my colleagues told me that he was surprised I'm lesbian because I dress like a woman. It's almost as if he would have been more comfortable with me being lesbian if I looked the way lesbians are supposed to look.
I'm of Hispanic origin and was told that the only reason I was hired here was because I speak Spanish, even though that's not a requirement of my job.
One of my supervisors made it clear that he thinks women should be more feminine, and that when they are confident and express their opinions openly, it's off-putting.
When I was trying to decide which graduate studies to pursue, an academic advisor pushed me toward a math specialty, in spite of the fact that I had no desire to pursue studies in math. He indicated that I might be good at numbers because I have an Asian last name.
Cultural sensitivity begins with the understanding that we can't stand in someone else's shoes, and that culture is as varied and multi-layered as each individual. But while we can't live someone else's story, we can approach others with humility and kindness, with the willingness to listen and understand. By checking our assumptions at the door and believing others when they talk about their experiences, we find the humanity that is our common thread.